We see it all, from an ear infection to broken bones to a stroke to a heart attack.
All right, I'll be back in a minute.
Well, we have a 64-year-old coming in with chest pain.
For us, it may be a normal, everyday kind of day. But for our patients, it may be that life-changing day.
The emergency department at White Plains Hospital has been there for me a number of times. I had a stroke back in 2020, and then my first heart attack in 2022. But less than a year later, I found myself back at White Plains Hospital. My name is Peter Herrero. I'm the founder and president of New York Hospitality Group. We have the oldest restaurant, Sam's of Gedney Way in Westchester, and our pride and joy, the Everyday Healthy Cafe.
I have been with Peter here at this restaurant for 35 years. He has a lot of energy. Trying to getting Peter to chill is a sign we have at home. It's like nailing Jell-O to the wall. Being an entrepreneur and being his own business person, he can't just turn off his brain. He walks around the building, checks in on all the different departments, takes some phone calls.
I grew up in White Plains. It's our community. It's part of our DNA. We love it. We love taking care of people. I got a stomach virus. I walked in, Dr. Jeanette Ewing is my cardiologist, and she checked me out, the whole 9 yards, and I will tell you, I saw it in her face.
When he came in, he just didn't look good. He was ashen gray, his heart rate was fast, he had some congestion in his lungs. We did an EKG right away. It showed some change from the last one. My echo technician grabbed the echo machine, and when we scanned him, I knew something had happened. I was really concerned if he had a heart attack.
She called us, she said, put me on speaker. And she said, I don't like what I saw.
And she goes, we got to take a look at it. There's something going on. Your heart efficiency went from 82 to 39%.
My first step was contact the cardiac cath lab, and we did the angiogram that showed what we call restenosis, which is blockage in the area where he had a prior stent. The next step would be bypass surgery. So we immediately contacted the cardiac surgical team. That's Dr. Mitchler and Dr. Jakuboff.
Dr. Ewan called us immediately upon his arrival and determination that he had had an acute myocardial infarction or heart attack. We needed to perform emergent coronary artery bypass surgery. We take new tubes and go around blockages, and we sew those to downstream blood vessels that have critical blockages upstream. The sutures that we use are barely perceptible to the naked eye, so we need to be perfect, and that expertise is going to come to bear to get you back home to your family.
They gave me such confidence that I was going to be okay. And to think that this wasn't here 4 years ago, that I would have had to have gone into the city. To have this in our backyard, I think is one of the great treasures of Westchester now.
One of the truly remarkable features of the Montefiore cardiac surgery program at White Plains Hospital is that every patient over the last 3 years in whom we have performed bypass surgery has returned home to their families. An extraordinary accomplishment that very few programs in the United States can lay claim to.
We made the greatest choice because we're here. It's a miracle.
It's not the technology that sets them apart, though. It's the compassion and the humanity.
I'm Charlie, and my beautiful wife sitting next to me is Anne, and we love each other.
We first met on the dance floor.
What I always did when I went to a dance was pick out the best girl on the floor that knew how to do the best dances. Not only that, she was gorgeous. How could I not dance with her?
Charlie has a lot that he likes to do. Anything he picks up, he does with pleasure.
I was on the dance floor, and I could move maybe 5 or 6 feet, and I'd get tired. I have to go sit down.
His breathing was labored, which was really a concern. And he went to Dr. Bryan, who was his cardiologist.
So when Charlie came to see me for a follow-up visit in my office at Highland Medical, it was clear that something was different in his entire persona. After viewing Charlie's echocardiogram and concluding that his aortic valve stenosis was indeed severe, that's when I made the decision to refer Charlie to Dr. Lateeb at White Plains Hospital.
We realized immediately that he was extremely sick. He had a very tight aortic valve that wasn't opening. So we went ahead, did all the tests. His CAT scan really showed that he was a very good candidate for the TAVR procedure.
Before you have the TAVR procedure, you need to have a cardiac catheterization, and we had it done. I wasn't quite happy with how he was feeling, how he was acting. We went to the emergency room. I was really amazed at the hospital staff. Made me feel safe.
It was like being with a family.
Dr. Lateeb said, well, you're already here. Let's do the procedure early.
I looked at my watch and I said, I'm free this afternoon.
TAVR, or transcatheter aortic valve replacement, is a minimally invasive procedure that replaces the aortic valve without opening your chest. It usually involves inserting a catheter into the artery at the upper thigh, then threading it up to the heart. When the catheter reaches the aortic valve, the new valve is placed inside the old one and expanded, unblocking the blood flow, after which the catheter is removed.
After the procedure, it was like a miracle happening. I had more energy. I could get on that tractor and I could go and just do it like I used to do. Because of that, I was able to go back and dance on a dance floor like I haven't done it in a long time.
The fact that we can make patients feel better, we can make them live longer, but we can make them live longer with a better quality of life.
It just gave us a new lease on life, and for me, it really saved his life, and that means the world.
80% of patients that get admitted to our hospital begin their journey in the emergency department. White Plains Hospital is the busiest emergency department in all of Westchester County. And this year, we are going to see close to 85,000 visits.
Over the last decade, the hospital has seen explosive growth in our surgical volume, almost doubling the amount of procedures that we are now doing. In the coming years, we expect this growth to continue, both in the number of patients as well as the complexity of care that we provide.
The transformation that has happened as we've built and brought on these complex care service lines has been extraordinary to watch. And patients have been able to stay close to their home while receiving life-saving procedures.
As we continue to bring on more services and become the hub for Hudson Valley, the hospital is going to need to expand to accommodate those patients.
This hospital expansion will allow for us to meet the needs of our community now and in the future. It will allow for us to have an expanded emergency department, additional cutting-edge, modern operating rooms, and 100% private inpatient rooms. This new facility, along with our renowned physicians, amazing magnet nurses, and exceptional staff, will help us to deliver that cutting-edge, compassionate care that we are known for.
Why we love what we do is, besides seeing patients feel better immediately, has been really the satisfaction for when our patients come back to us and follow up, and they tell us how we've changed their lives.
My wife has reminded me that it's just a day at work for me, but that it's a life-changing moment for my patient and their family.
I don't give up. Maybe it's more the continuation of a wonderful life with a wonderful person.
When our grandson LJ was born, it was a whole different experience. I mean, people had said you don't understand what goes on until it happened. Well, he's a whole nother purpose to be around.
People ask me all the time now, how's it going? I say, best day ever. I'm here to live it.